In my last video, I mentioned that it's possible to make color matrix filters, custom color matrix filters, and apply them to every texture in the map simply by adding it to this JSON file. Well, I did that. I wanted to create a little simple effect and use it as an example. But I figure as long as I have this here, I might as well explain color matrix filters to anybody that does not know what this is, what it does, or how it works. This is your red channel right here. This is your green channel. This is your blue channel. And this is your alpha channel. This all represents the amount of red. This all represents the amount of green. This all represents the amount of blue. This all represents the amount of alpha. And this isn't basically an add-on. I mean, you could almost consider it a min light to some degree. If I put, say, 20 there, I will never have, if I put 20 all the way down the line here, none of these colors will have less than a 20 value. This gets added on to the final result. So what do I mean by this is the red channel, but this is all the red channel and everything else that follows that's similar to that? What I mean by that is this represents the amount the red channel is going to be in the end. So I'm saying take the current red value and multiply it by 1, which means it will not change at all. And then don't do anything. So leave red alone. Then I'm saying take the green channel and multiply it by 32% of red, and then multiply that by 73% of green, and then 13% of blue. And whatever the product of that is now what the green channel will equal. And the same thing goes for the blue channel. Now, why am I doing 32%, 73%, and 13%? That's simple. Blue is the most vibrant color. Red is the second most vibrant color, and green is the third most vibrant color. So what I'm doing here is trying to find some kind of ratio that sort of normalizes these values to where they sort of all equal the same thing to some degree. Now, the effect that I'm trying to create is black, white, and red. That's impossible with a color matrix filter. And the reason is real simple. Even if a color was, say, orange, that's going to have some red in it, which means that red's going to stick around. So even if I was able to get this and this to equal out to a gray color, any red that's in that orange is still going to maintain. So orange textures will not be black and white. So therefore we've already lost the ability right off the bat, just with the color orange, to actually come up with a black, white, and red scenario here. But we can get pretty close. And we're going to take a look at how close I got. There we go. So as you can see, it's, like I said, it's not going to be black, white, and red. But it is very, very washed out while still maintaining a decent amount of red. I mean, this red actually is still not as vibrant as it would be if I didn't do anything to it, but it's definitely more vibrant than everything else here. Let's go take a look at some more reds. Up here we have the window. That's not too bad. It's a little washed out, but it's definitely not as washed out as the rest of this is. Let's go look at this lava down here. Also, yet again, I mean, everything's going to be washed out to some degree. It's just red will always be less washed out. Let's see what the other lava looks like. And that just looks like shit. We got My Little Pony lava. It doesn't even hurt, see? Anyway, so that's color matrix filters. And in my last video, I also stated that whenever I mess with contrast of the colors of the textures or the light maps or the liquid, that it's a completely reset situation. So that being the case, I should be able to just hit any one of these buttons and we will see just how dramatically this color matrix has changed the scene. And there you go. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. It washed out a lot of color and made a lot of differences. And as you can see, that red is definitely brighter than it was when I had the color matrix filter applied. But that's just another possibility. You know, I spent maybe 1 minute making this color matrix filter as an example. I'm sure if I spent 2 hours on it and maybe made some buttons to where I could just sit here and tap on buttons and get different values, get it to change, or maybe even make an entire UI element that goes here where I can constantly type in numbers and see real-time results, I could definitely get a lot closer to the black, white, and red. And that's it. That's custom color matrix filters.